What is up, everyone? Just wanted to start off by, of course, still thanking you guys. We've been doing some maintenance on Rippaverse.com. That'll be back up shortly. Some hosting stuff that we're kind of switching over to, taking a little longer than what I like, but we're on it. So it's nothing wrong there with the site. It's just tech stuff. So it'll be up. Appreciate all the support. Today I want to talk to you about something that, again, affirms everything that I've been talking about, but it really puts it into perspective even more. I see the cameras doing that, hey, turning me orange thing. I don't know what to tell you. That thing, I'm going to have to get a new one, or actually not a new one. I just need to mess around with the settings because I know it's the white balance that's just tripping it. But either way, so what I want to talk about is some more of this DC stuff that's going on. Everybody has their speculations on what's going to be happening with this company, but Warner Bros. In general has been canceling or putting on the shelf, various stuff, moving forward, pushing stuff back, and that has aggravated a lot of different people because of, well, to them, like I told y'all, it's all about spite. I think you're out of your mind, and they know this too, definitely them, if you believe that these weirdos that often support this type of stuff, and they don't support it consistently, they're very flaky, inconsistent audience. But if you think they support this stuff based on like, hey, they actually like it, you're incorrect. They only like it because of what it does and what it means to, let's say, especially their political enemies. So if it's like something that they could throw in your face, hey, look at this race swap, or look at this social justice cause that this show or thing is highlighting, then they get so very aggravated or let me say this, if it makes you aggravated, then they want it, and they don't really like it. So what we've had here is with some of these recent cancellations, because, hey, let's say this Batgirl thing, oh, it's tokenized Batgirl, all these people are going to be mad, ha, 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 look at us, we're taking it to you type of thing. And then that got canceled, and we covered before, or that got shelved. We covered before how people were angry at that, but, of course, using the same old stuff, calling people racist and all this. But here we go yet again, is what we're covered by Bounding in the Comments covers this, and it's saying, it's about, so ever since Warner Bros., let me go over here. We there yet? Says ever since Warner Bros. Discovery started cutting animation content from HBO Max, unhappy animation fans have been full force demanding the removal of David Zaslav from his positions as company CEO. Now, if you guys haven't been keeping up with this, there is a new sheriff in town, and it's because AT&T sold off their assets, their entertainment assets, Warner being, of course, one of those, in DC falling under kind of that brand. They ended up doing the merger with Discovery, and that's why it is under kind of new leadership. And there's obviously, with anything, it doesn't matter if they were both ideologically the same, which actually I believe that. I don't think Zaslav is who a lot of these people, here we go again, getting their hopes up on this, hey, this guy's going to save this company. No, he's much of the same. It's just business-wise, I think that what the old folk were doing does not align with what the new folk, let's say, want to do. But that's the key here, is that when you have so much content that is fitting this bill, and you either get rid of it or you pivot from it, well, the claim is always going to be, well, you're doing this because of whatever people are praising this content for even existing or potentially existing for. And in this case, it's like social justice bullcrap. So this reason around the outrage, Zaslav stems from his decision to cancel several upcoming animated projects in service of his goal, cutting back on WBD's overall expenses. I told y'all before, this was never a sustainable thing. I know folks like to point to various external sources when looking at how the industry is lining up right now. And I told y'all are way overemphasizing. I know that because of the connectivity, it seems like time is just it's more extended than what it is before, because you used to have to go through a longer period of time to get this information. Now it's there right there. But this bull crap that we've been dealing with has not been something that has occurred for a really long period of time. Definitely with this hyper emphasis of social justice. It was a long time infiltration process, but it hasn't been going on like this for for that long. So it's when you saw all this bad material, mediocre material being put out, this was not something that was ever going to be sustainable. Could you do it? Definitely when you're connected to a mega corporation for a period of time, of course, but that's not a sustainable practice. And this is why you see what's happening here with the CW as well. And that flat out said it, you know, they weren't profitable, not even that profitable. They were operating at a loss. Those are two different things. One's worse than the other. It's assumed that you're not making profit if you're operating at a loss, and these fools were operating at a loss. This isn't a sustainable thing, no matter what causes they think, oh, it's not about the money. Yeah, it is. I think that a lot of you who pointed to things like, I know ESG was a big part of it. I think it's not to say that it doesn't exist. It's to say that I think there's too much emphasis on it, and not enough credit is being given to the customers who will or will not certainly fund this. Let it go a period of time, and we'll see what really happens. And you're starting to see some pivots. I don't think that they're just going to bury this whole cause. No, not at all. But they're going to find ways to repackage it. They first start, of course, by trying to get to a point to where they're not in the negative, right? And this is where some of them were. Some of these animated shows, you got Amazing World Gumball, of course, it seems to be out of there. Batman Cape Crusader is some of this other stuff as well. It says it showed, these are shelved projects, by the way, by way of HBO. So there was a new Amazing World of Gumball movie, and all these seem to get shelved. It says it should be noted that while these films are no longer appear on HBO Max, they are available to be shopped around to other networks. So HBO Max will not be hosting it. While a level of sadness and anger in response to a long-awaited series release is standard, these particular fans took things to the next level and began blaming the loss of the animated projects as Zaslav being an alleged racist and Trump supporter. This is what this industry has done to itself. You did something that they didn't like, and it could be completely detached from what they're going to claim of you, but they don't care. Like this person right here is saying in 2017, CNN CEO David Zaslav, this is what he said. They're saying that he said some of the business policies could really be helpful for America or to America. And I think that the idea of having Republican Congress and a Republican Senate, a Republican president is a good thing because now they're going to get some things done. That apparently was an absolute no. Though many took this context out of quote as an admission that he supported Trump's political views. In reality, Zaslav's words, which was made during an interview with Fox Business and not cited by Brother Numsay, CNN, were in reference to the benefits that less regulation and smaller government could have for the media industry. Well, I can understand that context or whatever it is. The saying, does the statement from a February 2017 interview automatically mean Zaslav is a Trump supporter? His 2020 campaign donations paint a different picture. And according to Campaign Money, during the 2020 election cycle, Zaslav donated $124,000 to Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee out of his $253,250 in political donations. He only had one Republican politician that he donated to, and that was a senator from Idaho by the name of Jim Risch. So most of his money went to the Democrats. And some of these guys are still calling him a Trump supporter. I already knew this. I talked about this in previous videos. Like Zaslav, it's some small government anti, you know what I mean, nonsense kind of. It's not what he ever was. It's not what he ever. I mean, you can really expect all of those guys that are in those positions. That's not really what they do. So it's not surprising that these guys are getting upset. Hey, Zaslav is a Trump supporter, therefore canceling Batgirl and other things that they like. And they even said right here, this person said, and other inclusive animations. And I guess mad that they're canceling reliable sources by the Potato Head. So you see some of these guys, in case anyone aren't aware, Zaslav is not only a Trump supporter, but has disproportionately, they love that term, canceled shows by women in POC. He hired 6 white men, at the top of executive positions upon entering the company. Not only are his decisions terrible, they are made in bad faith. Why? Because Trump supporter Clint Eastwood wannabe. That's what it gets you. Like, and I've obviously had this with these Twitter weirdos who try to say that I'm something that I'm not. But this is the audience that these guys unfortunately have cultivated over the years. And these are the weirdos that I'm not going to read every single nonsense. They call them a Trump humper, all this other stuff, all these nonsensical posts. I'm not reading all of that. I'm just using that as an example because you guys need to understand why you don't cater to these mob of weirdos. I'm willing to bet you can probably take half of those guys that were saying all this nonsense, and they're not actual supporters. They're not constant buyers of this sort of programming or buying into it with their own monies. They're not doing that. Let alone their own money. They might pirate it. They might do that, but that's about it. This is the audience that they have unfortunately catered to, and a lot of leadership with, and I still think that leadership is there, even though they swapped maybe some names. I still think it's a lot of that stuff that they've catered to. They've unfortunately confused as a dominating demographic. So they're like, hey, we're going to cater to these weirdos because this is what I think it is. Let's do with ESG and all the other stuff. And more to do, and this is the part that I think you guys give them way too much credit and thinking that they're way too smart, way smarter than what they actually are. I don't think that has anything to do with it. I just think, simply put, leadership in various entertainment companies have been convinced by people that they hired, which are bad actors, which are politically driven, socially driven weirdos, that this is the way that they are going to make money. I think that that's what they believe. They think that this is going to make money. I'm not saying that they are completely detached from those actually having those political views. I believe a lot of people that are in a executive, not just leadership positions, but executive positions, like believe a lot of this nonsense. But they don't do that unless they think that it's going to make money. And maybe it's one of those, hey, you get some of these younger folk who are going to be coming of age that are going to be buyers, guys that have that capital, guys that have that spending power. If we make our content cater to them, then we're going to make some money. And they've tricked themselves. They're just stupid. That's all that it is. They tricked themselves into believing that this is what's going to make them money in the long run. And it's not. And some of them are starting to realize that. I don't know if they're going to be as much of a change as some people wish, but some people are starting to realize, as they operate at a loss for a longer extended period of time than what they anticipated, you're seeing what it is. These guys ain't that smart. This ain't no, oh, well, they don't care about the money. No, they care about the money. They care about the money. It's just, it's not making it. And they thought that it was. But this is the audience that they cultivated. People wonder why, oh, man, Reverse seeing all this money. How the hell did he do that? You remember that tweet we went through? Some weirdo is like, it's just so fishy that this guy comes in and he's doing better than all the comic pros. Yeah, that should tell you something. That should tell you something, man. That ain't got nothing to do with something the far is going on. It's just that maybe I'm actually, I don't know, trying to do material for people that actually are going to buy it, not folks that I anticipate because I don't know, I'm trying to replicate their social views in a comic book. No, that ain't got nothing to do with it. It's just that, well, I'm making books. That's what our tagline is, right? A comic book company for comic book readers. I'm making content for people that are actually going to reach in their pockets and buy it. Not trying to check boxes. And whoa, look what happened. A bunch of people came out and showed support. It's not a rocket science. I just think a lot of these people who, despite having maybe top tier degrees, are very stupid people. Shows what academia has become. Maybe what it always was. Yo, I appreciate you as always. And if you're into comics or want to get into them, go visit Rippaverse.com, where you can check out my own comic book company, Rippaverse Publishing. Our first book, ISOM #1, is currently up for pre-order right now. You can also check out the company trailer and the ISOM campaign trailer so that you can make an informed purchase. We've cleared over $3.3 million in sales, and many of our supporters are viewers just like yourselves. And because of that, I have to thank you all personally. I do appreciate you. I can't wait for you to learn more about ISOM himself and already fan favorite Yaira. We ship internationally, so no matter what side of the globe you're on, we'd love to have you as a customer. Much love and big thanks.